Welcome to my channel. Today we'll be learning how to make slideshow in the websites. So I had created a basic layout for the HTML codes. Now inside the body tag, I'll be writing the div tag and mentioning some class name as slideshow container. Inside the div, mention one more div as my slides. Inside this container, in the first my slide feed, I'll be giving first image, then I'll be making one more div as class my slides feed. Like this, whatever number of images I want to insert in my website, I'll be giving that much number of div classes. So I'll be giving 3 divs because I'll be taking only 3 images for example. So let's complete this. Mention one img source. I'm not giving the source value now, I'm leaving it now. Before that, if you want, you can mention the slide number. Let I will mention the slide number inside a class, that is number text, as I'll be using only 3 images, so I'm using 1 by 3. So this is the first image among the 3. Give one more div for the captions part. It depends on you. If you want to add the captions, then you can add it. If you don't want, then leave this div. I want to add the captions, so I am using this. This is my first image, so I am giving it as caption 1. You can add any different caption. Now the first one is done. Like this, I'll be making 3 div classes and giving name to those as my slides. Now copy and paste this for 3 times. And it should be inside the div class equal to slide container. Just change the values here. Instead of 1 by 3, it should be 2 by 3 and it should be 3 by 3. If you want to mention more than 3 images, then decide the number as per your requirements. So here I am getting some output. Caption 1 is done, caption 2, and then will be caption 3. So I'm getting 3 captions. Now let's add the images. I had already saved 3 images. I had taken the links, so I'll be copy pasting it directly. Paste the link inside the source. I am doing it for all the 3 img tags, and along with that I'll be using the width value. I'll be writing the width inside the style, and the width will be 100%. Just showing me some random image. Now do the same thing for the next 2 slides. So I had given 3 images now. Actually this part is not coming because I am using the live server. If I'll shift it to some offline server, then it will work. I am shifting it to an offline server now. So now I had switched on to the offline server. If I'm coming to the output, I am getting 3 images here. Now I want these 3 images inside the slideshow form. I should be getting it one after the other, and pressing some button, I should get the required output. Now inside the slideshow, I should make 2 buttons, and those buttons should take me either frontward or backward. It should move the slide. If I'm pressing the left one, it should take me to the previous slide, and pressing the right one, it should take me to the next slide. So for that, I'll be using the a tag. First of all, mention a class name as previous or prev, and then give some JavaScript event here with a function calling statement. So I'm using prev as the class name and using onClick event with the function name as plus slides. Now close it and save it. Now what should I mention in between the opening and closing tag of a? This will be visible when I'll add the CSS links. So do the same for next one and just mention class equal to next. I'm giving the same function. I'll use some different parameters to the function so that it will work accordingly. First of all, write the same things. Just change the class name, instead of prev I should mention next, and instead of 94 I should mention 95. Save it. There will be no change in output. The output will be same. It will be changed when I'll add the CSS part. Now come to the CSS part. I'll be writing the CSS part inside the style tag. If you want, you can prefer a new CSS file. So first of all, give a universal style using star mark. The box sizing should be in the form of border box. Once I'll make it, you will be able to recognize the difference. Box sizing as border box. Now give some basic styles to the body. I'm using the body tag here. Then now give some font family. I'm using a simple font family as Vardhana. I don't want any margin value. Mention margin 0. Then come to the my slides. So I used a class as my slides, and each picture is inside the my slide class. So I'm using dot my slides. First of all, I don't want to display anything, so mention display as none, and then give some feature to the image tag. I want to align all the images in the central part, so I should use vertical align and mention the alignment as middle. Actually the image size is covering my complete web page, so it is covering the web page completely. It is not showing any difference when I'm using the vertical align as middle. If you're using any image of small size, then it will be visible for you. Now the next one will be the slideshow container. I have to give some maximum width value, some position value, and some margin value. So I have to use dot slideshow. First of all, mention the position value. Position will be relative. Then give the maximum width. Maximum width value will be 1000 pixels. Margin value will be auto. Refresh the file. Okay, I'm getting the correct form. Actually, I had given the display as none, so I am not getting any image. It will come when I'll change the display value. Now slideshow container is done. Now we'll do the prev and next. We'll work with the prev and next. So mention the dot prev and next. Almost features will be same, so I am writing it in a single part. Dot prev and dot next. First of all, make the cursor value as pointer. The position value will be different. Give the position as absolute. Then give some top and width value. The top value will be 50%. Width will be auto. And mention some margin top and padding value. So first of all, mention all these things. Top is 50%. Width will be auto. Padding is 16 pixels and margin top will be minus 22 pixels. For making it more attractive, I can give some different color with some transition value. Mention some color first. Mention the color as white. If you want, you can change the font weight and font size. I am giving the font size as 18 pixels and font weight as bold. If required, you can also mention the border radius and user select. Border radius will be and user select will be none. Save it. One more thing I can add here. I can add the transition value for making it more attractive. So give the transition value. The transition duration will be 0.6 second and will be ease. You can mention ease in, ease out. It depends on your need. I'm using ease here. So I've given same features to the dot prev and dot new, but I want to displace the next button to the right hand side. So I have to give some right value to this. So use the next here and give the right value as 0. That means the distance from the right side will be 0 pixels. And also mention some border radius. The next one will be text, and use text here for giving different style to the captions. The main motto of using this text is bringing the caption 1 or caption 2 or caption 3 in the central part with some different height and width value. So I'm using it. So I'll be giving some different color, some different font size, some padding value, position, and alignment will be changed. So I'm doing it. I'll be giving some color value, some font size, some padding value, and changing the position, and last one will be text alignment. So I'm doing it, and after that we'll continue. So I am skipping the video and I am writing the codes. So I've given all the features here: color, font size, padding, some position value, and given the text alignment. Now come to the number text. The number text is this 1 by 3, 2 by 3, and 3 by 3. This will show you the slide number. So now I will give styles to the number text. Now I am skipping the video. After writing the codes, we'll again continue there. Okay, so I had given some color value, some font size, padding, and I had given the position as top. That means the number will be displayed in the topmost part. The distance from the top will be 0 pixels. Now we'll again come back to the HTML part. We'll make some dots. The dots will show that when I shift the slide, I will get some dark value of the dark view of the dots, and when I'll come back, it will be light value. Means whichever slide will be switched on, or whichever slide will be in the view mode, that dot will be in the dark form, others will be in the light. So we'll design something like this. Now give a BR tag and mention one more div, and inside the div you should give class value as dot. Inside the style part I am changing the text alignment, bring it to center. After dir tag I should mention one div tag. Each div tag should contain one span tag. One span tag will be the main functional part. That means the span tag will be in the form of that small circular shape that will give me color effects when I change the slides. So mention a div tag first, mention the style equal to, and change the text alignment. I want to bring it to the center, and inside this mention one span tag, and each span should have the class name as dot. Also inside this I want to call a function, and inside the onClick event I will be using the JavaScript onClick event for this, and the name of the function will be current slide. Now save it. Do the same for 3 times because I will be having 3 images, so I'll do it for 3 times. Now mention some style for the dot. Use the style tag for giving the styles to dot. I am using some height value, some width value, margin, and the background color, and some display value. I will be adding some cursor value, some height, width, and margin value. I am just skipping the video. After writing the codes, we will continue from there. Now I had given some features to the dot. Now let's see the output. Let's save the file. So this is I am getting in the form of dots. So when I change the slide, this color will be changing. So I have to use some dot hover. I'll use that later on. First of all, we'll complete the script tag. The script tag will be used for adding the JavaScript contents. First of all, I'll create a variable as slide index, and I'll mention some value to that, where the value will be 1, and I will call the function that is show slides, and giving the I'll call the function show slide now. Now I call the show slide function and giving the slide index as the parameter of the function. Now write the function for plus slides and current slide. So I am writing both the functions. Now in the plus slide, I should shift the index value to a plus value, means I will shift it to a number. I had used a variable n as parameter inside the plus slide function. Now I'll call the function slide show. Now I'll call the function show slides, and inside that I should write slide index will change to plus equal to n. That means it will be shifted to n. Now come to the HTML part. I'll be coming to the plus slide function. So here is my plus slide function. For going to previous one I have to mention -1, and going to next one I have to keep +1. That means the value of n will be -1 for the previous button and means the previous one, and +1 for the next one. Now define the current slide function and do the same. Use the show slides, and here the slide index will be equal to n. Save it. Now go to the HTML part and give values to the current slide functions. Now go to the HTML part and give the parameters inside the current slide function. So I'm using 1 for the first slide, 2 for the second, and 3 for the third. Save it. Now write the function for show slides. Once again give a parameter inside this as n. I'll declare two variables here first. First of all, the variable I and then variable slides. Variable slides will store the data of the my slides. The class name I had given here as my slides. It will store the data of my slides. So first of all, create two variables. I'll be using the document model and will be using the get elements by class name for fetching data from the HTML. Create one more variable as dots and fetch the data of dots inside this. Now fetching data part is done. Now I have to write the conditional statements. If the value of n will be greater than slide length, then the slide index should be equal to 1. If it is less than 1, then the slide index value will be the length of the slide. That means it will make a circular shape. If it is going to the end, then it will again come to the front part and then it will continue. That means there will be a complete cycle for this. So I am writing the loop. If the n value is greater than slides dot length, then the index value will be 1, and if it is less than 1, then the index value will be size of the slideshow. Now make a for loop. Inside the for loop, I'll be introducing a new class and I'm writing the codes. Try to follow that code, and if I'll go on explaining that part, then the video length will be too much. So I'm writing the code directly and just try to follow it. Now I had introduced one more class name as active. That means when I press that buttons, I should replace the class name from MySlides to active. Now I have to define the active part here, and now I will be defining the active part here. And also the hover value for dot will be same as active, so I will be giving the hover value here just beside the dot. And also the dot hover part will be equal to the active part, because the active part is just the replacement of the dot. So I am giving the dot hover here. Save it. Now give styles for the fade. I had given MySlides and fade at a time, so I am using dot fade here. I'll be using dot fade for giving animations to this. Now define the keyframes for this. So at that keyframes, identifier will be fade. I'll change the opacity value. Opacity value will be from 0.4 to at 100% it should be 1. Also define the keyframes for the WebKit part. Now do the same value from opacity 0.4 to opacity 1, and last thing will be giving the screen value. That means the size of buttons and all these things will be decreased or increased when I am changing the size of the screen. So mention @media . Give values to the preview, next and text. Just give some smaller font size, because when I'm changing the screen size, the font size should be decreased. Now I had given some comments for different sections, so that if a person is using my code, then he will be easily getting the codes and it will be easy for him. So let's try the output. I saved it, refresh the file. Now come to the output. I am pressing this one, going left, it is giving caption 3. Now going back, bringing caption 1, 2 and 3. So it is done. So like this will make the slideshow. Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe my channel for more such videos. Thank you.